Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Small victories are huge. We talk about them a lot on the Brave Never Fall podcast. It is something that is always going to be a focal point almost of every single one. Is one that a focal point, I should say, that I will reiterate as much as possible, along with being bold. Because being bold goes right along with, hand in hand with being brave. And I feel the majority of people in life aren't bold enough with things that they're passionate about. And they're reluctant to do things that they're afraid to fail at, especially if they're passionate about it. And the victories that come along with them, they never get the feeling of that victory because the fear of other people looking at them fail, primarily, and discouraging them, in a lot of cases, from even starting in the first place. Being bold goes against the grain with all that. Being brave goes against the grain of all that. David Goggins, uncommon amongst uncommon people. If you want to be normal in life, you go with the grain. You go with the status quo. You walk the path of least resistance. And trust me, that is a very safe, comfortable way of getting through life. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I cannot state that enough. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. With the Brave Never Fall concept, we go a few steps beyond that. And we travel farther than anyone, if you can. But really, that anyone is really just yourself. You're trying to outdo yourself every single day. The competition is not with other people, it's with you. And you often have to take a step out of your own body and look at yourself as if you're another person, which means when you want to walk further than anyone really should be you. You can re-enter your body anytime you want, but you have to be able to look yourself up and down, strategize on where you need to fix areas that have key flaws to them, and then put it into action so you don't end up being a version of yourself that you feel ultimately, when it's all said and done, and you remember by other people, as a failure, as a disappointment, as wasted potential. Because we all have inside of us that fire that burns for something that we're passionate about, even on the smallest levels, which is why I always say, if you can't get a big victory every day, you're not settling with small victories. Those are precious victories. Those add up to big victories. Every single time you wake up when you don't want to, that is a huge victory. Every time you complete a task that you knew going into it you did not want to do, that is a huge victory because your mind hardens and remembers that stuff. Other people see that you're doing it. It adds up. The first few times, people say, okay, no big deal. Anybody can do that. You do it for a few months. Everyone says, okay, he's motivated. She's motivated, inspired by someone. It'll pass. It always does. Few more months, few more weeks, days, small victories, they pile up and people start looking at you like, what is going on with this person? That's super consistent. And it can be with the most mundane thing. It could literally be something as easy as keeping your car clean. It's really just that simple. It's just small victories, consistency, discipline. That is what makes other people around you look at you and say, this person has the potential of not wasting their potential. Just think about how that sounds. This person has the potential of not wasting their potential. We always say with the Brave Never Fall, not only are you going to be bold, but you're also going to break down every component into its smallest components. The smallest little microfiber fragments you can find. Nanotechnology fragments. Smallest things you can find. You take every task and you break it down. And when you rebuild whatever you're breaking down, you want to rebuild it as efficiently and effectively as possible to get the best version possible out of what you're rebuilding. And there's that quote by Will Smith out there. When you want to build a wall, you don't start by just looking at building the wall. You start by laying a perfect brick. Every brick that you lay down is going to be the most perfect brick you could possibly lay. And if you keep doing that over and over and over again, soon you will have a wall. I love that concept. And that concept, along with breaking down everything into its little components, you get through a task very quickly and efficiently. When I go to wash the dishes, I'm not thinking, this sucks. I wish I can get this over with. Why did it happen like this? We should just get paper plates. I don't think like that. I think, I see a sink full of dishes. I'm going to walk over to the sink. I'm going to clean these things as quickly and efficiently as possible. And I'm going to go do something afterwards that I enjoy to do. I get to go sit down and earn my relaxation time. That's what I'm thinking. I get more time to relax, and I earned it. I didn't procrastinate. They're right there, done, gone, over. And I'm not just going to wash the dishes. After I'm done, I'm going to wipe the counter. I'm going to wipe the sink off. I'm going to attack a spot that's been bugging me for the last couple of days, and then I'm going to go earn my relaxation time. That's the mindset. When you get up and you go to work, I'm not just going to get through my work day. There's going to be one aspect of this work day that I'm going to nail today. I'm going to get this aspect down. If it's something I've been struggling with, I'm going to learn how to do it efficiently today, or at least I'm going to get myself going because I'm going to attack it hard today. Today, this area that's been bugging me goes away today. I'm tired of worrying about it. That's my mindset every time I go to work. Every time I pick up something to read, I am going to get through this chapter. I don't care who tries to stop me. I don't care how bad I got to go to the bathroom. I don't care how hungry I am. I'm going to finish this chapter in this book because I don't get a chance to read all that often. So when I pick this book up, I want to make sure it was worthwhile. I'm going to get something out of it. I'm going to take a note out of this chapter, no matter what book it is. Write something out of the chapter so you can remember that you actually got something from it. I don't care if it's science fiction. Do something. Be uncommon. Do extra strange things sometimes if you have to. The more you do that, the more alive you feel. The more you feel like all the rules that we have in life and all the regulations and all these things that make you feel like, the taxes and the bills, all these things that make you feel like you don't have freedom. You're reminded when you get to do things that you want to do with things that people feel like you should do, and you're doing it your way, and it's more effective than anything that they could have ever thought or expected of you. Now you're free. You boldly gain small victories each day like that. Every single day. That is like an addiction for me now. I don't have time for bullshit. I don't have time to kiss people's asses, and I definitely don't have time to walk around and give a damn about what people think about me. I wake up every day and I make sure my number one goal is that every single thing that I do, I try to be conscious enough that I'm doing it effectively, efficiently. I'm helping one person out a day if I can. My goal is multiple people, and I'm getting some alone time for myself that I've earned. And if I didn't earn it, I don't get it. I do not get it. And I live by that. I say a lot in Brave Never Falls as well. These are not words. If you're looking for words and you just want to hear positive words and then you don't take those positive words and actually apply them to your life, turn this off. You're not ready for it yet. You have to start back a little bit earlier where you get to a place where you want to be better. You want to start your path. You want to start your journey. The Brave Never Fall is about people who are bold enough to step up to that new path and say, I'm going to walk this thing. And I'm going to walk it the best way I possibly can because the best version of myself is on the horizon. I'm going to plant down my markers of hope. I'm going to get to each one of those, reassess the situation, break down every single thing that pops up in my life. I'm going to get rid of all these negative people who are dragging me down. I'm going to be prepared for those big boulders that are going to hit me right in the back of the head. I'm going to have people alongside me that I can link arms with when things get really tough and I need some troops. I've helped these people out. They're going to help me out. I'm going to build a network of positive people that I can rely on because they can rely on me. I'm going to raise the bar higher because I deserve that. I'm going to stop caring about what other people say about me, think about me, say to me. I don't care because they're not me. They haven't walked in my shoes. They never will. I haven't walked into their shoes. I could care less what they think about me. I know who I am and I know what I'm working towards. I'm going to manifest things that are great, not things that are mediocre. What is the point of manifesting things that are just okay? Manifest greatness. Recreate situations and a version of yourself that is better, the best, beyond best. It's okay to have obtainable goals, but there's nothing wrong with having unattainable dreams. What's wrong with dreaming so huge that you can't get it? It's not a disappointment. That just means you're dreaming of stuff you're putting in your head that you want better for your life. It will sink into your brain and your body, smart, powerful things we are, human beings. We figure it out. There's more stuff going on with us than just the physical and the mental. The spiritual and the heart and the emotions, all that stuff goes together. That's what it's about, being bold, putting all that in there. That's why it's bold. It's a lot packed in to a small space. And you're brave because you're executing it. And you want those small victories. You want people to see what you're doing, because if you are a good person, now you're helping other people without even actually helping them. Because you're going to force people around you, if they really want to be in your life, they're going to start upping their game. They're going to just start respecting their lives a little bit more. And the ones who don't, they can't hack it, they can't hang with you, goodbye and good riddance. I hope that you figure it out for yourself. I hope you can find your line somewhere, but I don't have time to hold your hand and walk you around everywhere. Those people have to go. Those are the people who are listening to this and saying those are just words. Those aren't the people you want in your life. If you didn't believe a single word of what I just said, or you're doubting it, you're rolling your eyes, or you think I haven't done it, turn this off or go share it with somebody who can appreciate it, because you're not ready. And that's a challenge to you. If you feel like you are ready, start this over and listen to it again. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to make excuses. You can't just sit around and say these are just words. Everything's unattainable. I'm not ready. You are ready. You are ready. Everyone's ready. You're ready when you're ready to start. New Year's resolutions. People go to January 1st. I always say every day for me is a New Year's resolution. Every day is a New Year's resolution. I will start goals. I will maintain goals. I will make sure that I always have something attainable that I'm working on, and it's big. And that's a relative term. We know what's big for me, what's a big goal for me may be, really easy for you to obtain, because you might be further along on your journey. You might have dreams and goals that if I looked at them, I might say, wow, how'd you even get to the point where that is an attainable goal for you? And I have people who look at me the same way. So it's not about a comparison. It's not about comparing yourself to someone else and trying to replicate their goals. You got to find your goals and find out how big they are to you. So if your goal is just to own a small business, and that's equivalent to somebody saying, I want to own a chain of hotels, what's the difference? Each person, that's a obtainable goal for these people if you really want it. Now, dreaming of it is just a step. You have to boldly, as Star Trek says, boldly go where no man or woman has gone before. That means you're going to have to boldly go somewhere in your life, do something, say something, meet someone that frightens you, that you're afraid of. Go to a place that seems daunting, seems unobtainable. You go anyway, because what's going to happen is your bar, the moment you make that decision, raises. And it's very hard to lower that bar after it's already been raised. So the moment you make that decision, you want more for yourself. And you set that goal, and it's not April 5th and you're saying, well, I'll wait to my New Year's resolution. No. April 5th is your New Year's resolution. You start right there. And then you come back to April 5th of next year and say, did you obtain it by April 5th? You give yourself goals, but you don't give yourself a year goal with that. Give yourself a shorter one. You'll work harder for it. And make sure you really want the goal. That is something that is going to impact your life enough where it's also going to give you motivation you don't have to conjure up every morning. Because it's one thing to have a goal. It's another thing to conjure up motivation to get to a goal you want. Those are two giant steps. You don't want to be doing both. You want a goal where you don't even have to think about it. You get after it. You're like, that's my goal. I want that. I don't need anybody to motivate me to get that goal. I'm going to get up and go after it because I want it and I deserve to have it. You don't want to wake up and say, that's a goal that I want. Now, if I can only muster up enough energy to just get up. No, you don't want that goal bad enough. So set one that's a little bit more obtainable. You set a goal that you can reach that doesn't require someone to drag you towards it. Because that's not an obtainable goal at that point. You don't really want it. These things only work. Again, I use the word boldly because bold means you are going to have to go beyond yourself. You're going to have to get smarter. You're going to have to get mentally tougher. You're going to have to set some people aside that are negative and say goodbye to them. But guess what? On the other end of that, you're also going to experience all of the benefits of that. There's nothing better than getting rid of negative people in your life. You want to talk about being free? Get rid of some people in your life that you know are bad influences, that are negative all the time. And we're not saying that you have to completely get rid of them and never talk to them again. I've done that. Some people have deserved it, and I'm good with that because that's me. I'm not recommending that for everyone. That just means you're not going to hang out with these people as much. You're not going to talk to these people as much. You're not going to take their advice. You're not going to share all your private moments with these people. You're just going to put them on the sideline. Let them figure it out for themselves. When they're ready to re-enter your life as a person who's going to bring value to it, then you can let them back in. Until that moment happens, they're on the outskirts. You wave to them and say, hi, it was nice hanging out with you back then, but I'm over here. And unless you start doing things that are more beneficial for both of us, goodbye. I'll wave at you, may ask you how you're doing, but you're not going to be a major part of my life anymore. No, no, no. That's a huge step right there. Because you can't ever get a goal if you have other people around you who are going to be dragging you down. Start doing the things you know you want to do that don't require a ton of motivation. Just do it. You just get up and you do it. That is the goal, to get to the goals. But the message, if you take anything away from this one today, it's about having the courage and the bravery and the dignity for yourself. The dignity for yourself to be not a normal person, not average. To stop worrying about what everyone thinks and stop worrying about the failures. You are going to fail. Just get over it. You are going to fail, but you're not going to give up. It's going to be hard, but you're not going to make excuses. Being bold is saying you're doing it right now. You're not worried about getting to January 1st and making the New Year's resolution like everyone else. You're going to start right now. When you make your goals, you're not going to say, I think I can do it. You're going to say, I know I can do it. I'm going to get as close to that goal as I possibly can because I'm going to pick up all the stuff that comes along with it and it's going to make me a better person regardless if I get to that huge goal or not. But you have to want to do it, and you're going to have to be bold about it and brave. And I know you can do it. If you're listening to this, these aren't just words. I know you can do it. If no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall.